Hello there and welcome back once again to some more Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Today we're continuing with our Let's Play. This is episode 27. In today's episode we are taking a look at the Vigilante side mission. The reason we're doing this now is because of course we got 100 hidden packages in the last episode, which means we now have access to this beautiful Hunter helicopter. And the Hunter helicopter makes Vigilante a hell of a lot easier. So let's talk Vigilante. Of course this is a returning side mission from GTA 3. In GTA 3, it required you to take out 20 criminals on each island. In this game, it's sort of similar to Firefighter into how it's been restructured into levels. So you start off with level 1, advance up towards level 12, upon completing level 12 you then get the final reward and Vigilante complete for 100%. Completing Vigilante to level 12 gets you access to 150 armor hit points, which is incredibly useful. Very similar to the Pizza Boy side mission and how that gave you 150 health, that gives you 150 armor, which again, very useful. We would have done this earlier in the game, however, doing this with the Hunter is a hell of a lot easier because, as you might be able to tell, the Hunter is very well equipped for dealing justice. It has a mounted M60 machine gun, which can take out targets very, very easily, even if it is a little bit inaccurate. It also has rockets, which I will refrain from using too much, because rockets can get you police attention, although I might not have cared at this point, I don't know. Either way, even if you do get police attention, it's not like they can really do much to you while you're in the sky inside this helicopter. Think of this thing as sort of a flying mobile weapons platform with a good amount of durability, and you're onto the right track. So with the way this works with the levels, of course now going up to level 12, it's similar. So in GTA 3 of course, when you took out 20 criminals, it was essentially you'd have one criminal in each car and then you'd chase down a car, get the criminal out of it by pit maneuvering or pausing the game in our case, and then you'd do it that way. In this game, what happens is you start off with one criminal in one car, and then two criminals in one car, three criminals in one car, and then it starts going into two cars. Eventually, by level 12, I think it is 4 criminals in 3 cars. The advantage of using the Hunter, because it's airborne, is provided you can take out the cars, you don't have to deal with the suspects inside them. And even if you do, the Hunter can take a good amount of punishment. It doesn't really matter too much if they shoot at you. Now, there are some disadvantages. For one, with the Hunter, what they do is they'll get out the car and instead of firing upon your helicopter, they will actually try to steal another vehicle and make a getaway. This is kind of advantageous to you because, of course, a car is a bigger target than a person, but it can be a little bit frustrating. Also, as you can see, what I did is I flew the helicopter away from Escobar International. I tried the side mission before, but they were all spawning at the airport. I tried to get them to spawn more in Little Havana, which has worked for me before, but for whatever reason on this attempt they were insistent on spawning at the airport, which is a little bit more of a shame because there's a few more objects to avoid. If they do spawn in Little Havana Viceport, it is a little bit easier because there's a lot less objects between you and them, which means you get a clearer line of sight on them, which means you can take them out a lot easier. Think of it similar to how in San Andreas you'd probably start this in the countryside because it would be easier because there'd be less objects to avoid. In Vice City I was trying to get a similar thing, but never mind, this is the cookie we have been dealt. But yeah, you should be getting a pretty good idea of doing this. Vigilante is a hell of a lot easier in Hunter. You can also do it in the Rhino tank, as you could in GTA 3, which probably also makes this very easy, probably more direct. However, I wanted to show off the Hunter. But yeah, no, you can probably do this in the tank as well and get a similar effect. The tank, I would say, would be slightly more risky in terms of police attention, and also you can get busted out of a tank, while as in the Hunter, you know, they can't reach up into the sky and bust you that way unless you land, which you shouldn't be landing at all. So, but yeah, you can see them there sort of trying to steal another car. I find the best opportunity to get them is actually when they're pulling the other person out of the car, because they have to stay still for a long amount of time. So actually doing it that way when they're getting into the car, they can't stop the animation, they can't drive the car away, and that's perfect time to strike and take them out. Anyways, you're getting a decent idea of the way this goes, so we will go ahead and speed this up once again. And off we go. Yeah, Vigilante is a huge amount of fun. This is probably one of my more favourite side missions, and with the Hunter Helicopter, it's also one of the easiest. I mean, it's very comparable to Firefighter, except probably quicker once you get a vehicle like this, or even the Rhino, both of which are easy. I wouldn't want to do this in an actual police car. I don't know what it's like in a police car. But there you go. As you can see, I actually got a little bit more lucky with the spawns here. If you can get them spawning at the airport reliably, that would be the best way to do it. But, yeah, I couldn't, so there you go. And, yeah, there you go. Level 12, Vigilante mission level 12, your max body armor increased to 150 hit points. Yeah, really useful reward. And I've got to admit, I kind of got a little bit carried away and decided to do this for a little bit longer. Because once you get on a roll with Vigilante, again, Hunter Helicopter makes this a huge amount of fun as well. It's a good source of cash and fun, which you can't really argue with. But anyways, there you go, that is Vigilante for Vice City done and dusted. I do recommend the Hunter Helicopter once again over the Rhino tank, but yeah, I guess you can do this either way you want, although I've never actually tried it on foot, so that might be something you take at your own risk. Anyways, thank you all very much for watching. Join us next time. We're going to be taking a look at some rampages, which were not as fun, and join us for that. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a farewell.
Knowing just where my hopes and dreams are going.